Hey everybody, welcome back. This is our second episode of
Becoming.
Becoming Indeed. So yeah, today is my turn to interview Larrick, and really looking forward to this because Larrick has got some amazing information to share on his journeys and what he's been through. So it really is amazing, his story. So I'm really looking forward to this. But to start off, tell us, how did you come to be here in Mallorca?
In Mallorca, well, I've actually been in Spain now, living in Mallorca 6 years.
Okay.
And in Spain in general, because I was in Barcelona 18 years in total. I knew when I was in London, I wasn't born in London, but I knew when I was living in London for almost 20 years, I wanted to be by the sea. So 13 years, 13 years in Barcelona, I knew it was time to move. I'd done a lot of time there. And this, it was a bit of a no-brainer, Mallorca. I've got like a family member here, and I've been working here on and off. And that's how I got Mallorca. Encouragement of a dear friend, family. And
Great. And I mean, we're both very spiritual people, but when did you start to feel your spirituality and the spiritual side of you coming through and coming to the fore?
Very early on, actually. Very early on, I was very sensitive to my surroundings, and that just very sensitive very early on. Fast forward, early teens, I had an out-of-body experience. And didn't know what it was until she's my best friend actually to this day, and she explained what happened, and she said, "That's an out-of-body experience." I said, "What is that? What they call that?" She knew the term, and so then that had my mind very curious. And then by the age of 21, I had what would have been considered a bit of a meltdown, and I realized it was my wake-up. So from 21 onwards, I've been really getting to ask bigger questions, myself and my surroundings. So very early on, really.
And you talked about the out-of-body experience and this awakening of things. I mean, for you, because we all go through these a little bit differently. What was it like for you? How did it feel for you?
The first time around in my teens, it was hard for me to even comprehend what had happened, and that there was something else going on, that being physical in this physical realm. Now I can say I know the terminology and I know, but at the time it was a lot. It was quite difficult to understand it, and the way I was approaching life, and I did then onwards was very challenging to understand it, because obviously the people around me, to be that age, a lot of people, I was partying like most people and stuff like that, but in the back of my mind that was always there. So I never felt fully present. That was what I remember at that time. I never felt fully present. I was more preoccupied with what happened over years, many years. But then the beauty of that is I was asking bigger questions. I was delving into, the wisdoms of the life early on. So I'm so appreciative of it now. But then it was a bit of a head F, as they would say.
Sure. I mean, we know that there's so many people awakening and getting reborn in a way to the spiritual side. What advice would you have for them if they are starting to go through this experience? What would you say to them?
I'd say seek the wisdoms that are around us, and the knowledge, and there are great spiritual teachers here. There are great spiritual teachers, and what's beautiful now is it's showing up. It's all over social media. It's not the taboo subject matter anymore. We can talk about it. We can be down the local bar having a wine or whatever anybody drinks, and that can come into conversation now. It's not so woo-woo, let's say. I know there's still a lot of that around, but it's less and less and less because we are through the challenges of life and the just the current situations. We're asking bigger questions. We are realizing we're more than this. And when what is life and death? What is that? So we can talk about it in a whole other way and understand something's going on here. Even people who have not recognized their spiritual self fully question if they lose a loved one, but I feel them, I sense something. My advice always is follow your curiosity.
Yes.
Follow that curiosity. Be curious in life. That's the most important, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And would you sort of agree with that? When these things come through, when we start to feel these things, don't go to the substances to try and calm yourself down. Chat to somebody spiritually. As you said, there's so much online, but also just slow down by meditating or spending time in nature.
I'm not a druggie, but I'll be honest with you. Honestly, I say to each their own.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody has a way that they're going to understand and learn in this life. I truly believe that. We all have to find our way. And sometimes those extremes bring us to the point that we need to be.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because of the life that I lived, drug-free. I tried it in my early 20s and I immediately knew, not for me. I knew, not my thing. But I do understand that we all sometimes need things just to get through some of the challenges.
Sure.
And that's why I have that. I'm not telling people to go out and do anything.
Yeah, sure.
I don't do it. I meditate.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best cure. It's the best medicine. It's the best everything.
So powerful, isn't it?
It's so powerful, and everything we need is within us.
Yeah.
And we can find it if we tap in it through that way. But I do understand fully, because I have friends who take things and have, experiences that is beneficial for their growth and understanding for where they're at. So that's my opinion on that. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. And recently you were struck down by this medical condition.
The doctor's term, COVID pneumonia.
Okay. So what was this? Tell us about it.
I'm not going to go fully into this story.
Okay.
I'll tell you why, because the story's on the net. I have my NDE, which is near-death experience story, on the net. People can see it there. I'm actually doing interviews. I got a big interview coming up with an American company this month to talk more in depth. I'm here to share that story more and more. I just don't want to eat up this podcast for you and I on that story.
Sure.
But yes, I had what they term COVID pneumonia. I was in a coma for 3 months, in ICU for 5 months, in hospital for a total of 11 months. I'm still recovering. I know my attitude and the way that I am and my approach to life. It's blessed because I meditate. That's why I'll, like Jamie says, I'll promote that and encourage people to do that. But I do have challenges going on still. Yeah. But I'm here to tell the story. I'm here to do what I can to uplift people and inspire. Yeah. And I'll say that on the subject matter of what I've just been through. It's been a lot, but the fuller story is out there.
Yeah, yeah. You know. Amazing. 11 months in hospital altogether, and we're not here, as Larry said, we're not going to go into the story here, but he's got the information available there. But my gosh, we really are blessed, so lucky that he has pulled through and come
and
through.
Jamie, I'm going to just step a little bit. My relationship with Jamie is very beautiful, really, because Jamie knew of my story. He knew when I was in hospital. I found this out later on, and was praying for me like a lot of people did for me, and such a big level. I'm forever grateful for that. So I think I've been out of hospital now. It's 7 months. It feels like I've been out much longer, but it's still only 7 months. Yes, okay. Yes. But I think 3 months out, we bumped into each other in Palmanova, which was my living area. Yeah. And this wonderful shiny being just approached me, and I just saw light. I saw a beautiful little girl, which is his daughter. She's lovely, and this wonderful dog. Yeah. And I just felt this. I just was like, and he's like, Larry, and he told me, I've been praying for you, and I felt it completely resonated with me. Yeah. And you know when you just know that you're meant to meet somebody. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So when you get to the point of asking me why I would want to do the podcast with you, there's my answer. There you go. We have a connection in a beautiful way, and
And that time in Palmanova was really funny, because we were walking along, And then I said to Nicole, I said, there's Larrick over there. I said, let's go and say hi. And I walked up to him, up to you, and I said, it's really good to see you in person, because I've been praying and blessing and doing all this energy work and that for him. So, like so many other people, it's not just me. There's so many other people, giving all their prayers to Larrick from there. But it was just
so
funny.
Many people. But Jamie, I don't think I've ever shared this with you. But on that day, just before we bumped into each other in Palmanova, I was in our I was in the office, Celebrity Magazine office, and Matt and his friend Faye and her husband Steve were in the office. She's a great singer, and she wanted some advice about singing. Long story short, I won't eat up all this time. She has the ability to step into people's experiences, let's say. What would be the term? She can see like future events. She can tap into that.
Right.
So she, when I was in hospital, had the experience of meeting me when I was in my coma.
Oh.
I'm going to share this because I've not mentioned this really quickly. And what she told me blew my mind, because I remembered that.
Wow.
More of what she said than what I said to her. And because I'm writing the book...
Oof, I get goosebumps.
Yeah, it's you'll get the goosebumps simply because she told me something that I hadn't mentioned to anybody. And obviously the experience that I've had in the coma, there's so much of it. I am writing the book. It's so much experiences, so many things happened to me. But one of the things I requested when I was coming back to Earth, I asked very deeply, if I'm going to come back in a disabled body, I don't want to come back. There's a lot to this kind of story and what happened to me. Nobody knew that. That was one of my struggles of coming back in. I was bargaining with, let's call, the divine, and asking that I just come back in a fully functioning body. She said to me, when she met me on this beach scenario, she said, Larrick, you were saying to me, I don't want to come back in a disabled body.
Wow.
And she said that, and so anyways, I've gone off there and it's made me a bit tingly because I know that exists, and I've come back with that information because I was there and I've been to other dimensions and stuff. So when you come back and people are showing up in your life, and Faye tells me that, and I completely understand it. I had just gone for a walk from the office to just breathe in that knowing.
Yes.
Breathe in that knowing. And I sat on that particular seat.
Right.
And within 10 minutes you showed up and said, I've been praying for you. Yeah. We don't know each other this way physically, but all in the same day.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
I never shared that with you.
Really. No, thank you. It
feels right to come out right now.
It does. And these are the conversations that we have with a lot of other people out there as well. This is happening to a lot of people with different other thoughts and feelings and emotions. Certainly not what Larrick has been through. But tell me, how are you now?
I'm blessed. That's how I feel. And I viewed this all along as a rebirth. When I came out the coma and I was getting my bearings and figuring it out, with all the information I came back with, I was hearing, this is a rebirth. So I knew that I was going to be okay, sure. So I could handle. So there's physical things going on. Yep. My feet are still numb. They're sensitivity is coming back, but there's a few issues there. And obviously my lungs, what they went through, according to the doctors, their prediction is it will take about 5 years, Larrick, for you to. Wow. I'm thinking it's going to be sooner. I do struggle in that sense, so I take it very easy when I do anything. So that's kind of what.
So that's one of your biggest challenges at the moment.
My challenges are my lungs and my feet.
Right.
Yeah, right. Very painful, the feet. But I was also shown that, I'm going to go a bit there again, the I am is not the pain body. And when I was given that information, it's helped me even to this day. Yeah. So when my feet are really painful, I'm not that, am I?
No.
The I am is, right? So to know that is helping me a lot. Let's say that.
Yeah, no, it's I think it'll be before 5 years as well.
I feel that. I'm moving at a good pace and a good rate. I feel that in my heart, and I know that.
The belief, the strength, the support,
and the support is incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know that you're working on many things. You're a singer as well. You're a writer and do many other things. But what other areas are you working in?
The charity events that I'm doing is my purpose. That I'll put that out there for sure. It's all in the net, and I keep going on. The next event is the end of September, October. So that's my focus. And music, I'm recording again. I'm so happy about that. I haven't recorded for a while. So I've got some new music coming out in the next 3-4 months. So that's
fantastic.
What's going on there.
And away from your singing and things, what music do you like?
Oh man, I got an eclectic taste. I like everything, but I really do. When it comes to music, I like every. There's something good in all sounds, believe it or not. And
Yeah. So I mean, I'm the same as if I'm doing housework, I put on classical music.
I love classical.
And I just love getting down to it.
The Lark Ascending is a track that I want to play when I leave the planet fully.
Right.
Anybody who knows me kind of knows that. So it's a beautiful classical piece.
Great. And routines. Do you have a daily routine?
I would say meditation. Usually when I get out of bed, first thing in the morning, last thing at night. And I do a reflection moment during the day. So whatever I'm doing or not doing, I make sure I have a reflection moment where I recenter. So some form of a meditation. Is
that's
a
great.
Daily routine.
That's good. Here's a trick question for you. If you could be an animal, what animal would you choose to be?
It would have to be the dove.
Really? Oh, bless.
I fly a lot in my dreams.
Oh, really?
So then,
that's so cool.
Really?
Yeah,
it would have to be a dove.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely. No, that's good. And the question that you sort of semi-answered before, why do you want to be doing and starting this podcast together?
Because it's you, Jamie.
Hey! Did you hear that? Fantastic.
Because we're meant to be doing this.
We are definitely. So no, that's really good. Is there anything else, like something interesting about yourself that you'd like to share?
I'll leave that to other people to educate me. You know what I mean? Larry, this is interesting about you. So I learn that. I don't really know that.
Okay.
But I'd have to.
Okay. And do you have a goal? What goals?
My goal would be to get out my own way. Just allow the blessings to keep flowing. And show up for them. That's my goal. Get out my way. Right. Get out of my mind and just keep staying more in my heart. That's my absolute goal.
Fantastic.
For sure.
Fantastic. What sort of people do you feel that would be good for us to be interviewing on here?
Inspirational speakers, spiritual teachers, people with a profession that helps another to inspire, uplift humanity, like all the above and some.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And how can people get hold of you?
Social media. I'm all over it. I won't lie.
Yes.
That's part of my job for the magazine, and I do it myself. It would be great for somebody else to do my social media, but social media. Always Larry Ebanks, whatever. Yep,
Larry Ebanks. Larry Ebanks is the one to look up from there, and all the different sites. So, I mean, this has been the interview with Larry Ebanks. You can look up his social media sites. It is all over them from there.
Thank you.
So we're doing this together.
We're doing this together. It's called Becoming.
Yes. And it'll be coming to you very, very soon with all the different interviews. And thank you,
Jamie,
for doing this together.
Man.
So
thanks.
No, it's been great. It's been very, really, really good. Yeah. So we look forward to sharing more with you very soon. Thanks for the interview with Larrick, and big thanks to Cam. Don't say we mentioned his name.
And thank you to Leonardo Hotel in Port Owls, who allow us to use this wonderful space.
Very much.
Great hotel, But so thankful to Leonardo Hotel in Port Al's.
For sure.
So
thank you.
See you all soon.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye.